today is about lifting others up. I often find when I'm not feeling 100% or feeling a little down, defeated, the first thing that I go and do is help someone else, and automatically everything shifts. And I know a lot of you can relate. So before we get started, I would love to take a moment to bring a friend to mind who is currently in the hospital in South Florida. Many of you may have known that prior to my yoga days, I was an online video host. And John and I had shot a couple really good videos together in Boca for Meisner Park, for Think Pink Rocks. And right now he's battling for his life. And I just want to take a moment, if you would join me, to bring your hands into heart center. Bow your chin to your fingertips. John is a father and he's a husband. And he was taking all precautionary measures, wearing a mask. And somehow, some way, someone brought it to him. And right now we need to just send all positive vibes to him, to his family, friends. Thank you for that. With that being said, let's get on our backs. We're going to find a conscious resting pose. Feet will be in line with the sitting bones. Knees are bent. And you can bring your hands to heart center if you wish. Or sometimes I like to bring left hand on heart and right hand on belly. And maybe there is someone in your life who could use a little help right now. Maybe it's a friend you haven't checked in with. And don't forget to check in on that strong friend too. Just because they seem like they have it together sometimes, it's still nice to check in and say, hey, how are ya? Let's see whose day we can make today. Even if you're out running an errand, a simple smile through your mask, you can tell through your eyes, right? Let's lift someone up today. And then from here, go ahead, extend your left leg out, hug your right knee in. Rotate that ankle a couple times in a circle and then take it the other way. And then extend your right leg all the way up to the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. If you're in South Florida, hopefully you're not outside. It's 100 degrees. And then if you want a little more sensation, walk your hands more up towards the calf, the ankle. Some of you can reach for your foot. If you do have a strap, if you take the strap around the ball of your foot, you can actually use it to draw the leg in closer. So it's our first hamstring stretch of the day, right? So nothing too extreme. And keep flexing through that left foot. Good. And then switch. Float that right leg down, bend that left knee in, rotate that ankle a couple times, and then take it the other way, just getting that synovial fluid going. And then extend that leg up again. Maybe you grab behind the bulk of the hamstring. Sometimes all I do is pull the leg forward, but then with my hands pull it in. And it gives me a really nice stretch in that hamstring. If you've got long arms, flexible hamstrings, right, you can walk your arms up, hand could grab the foot, or use that strap. Right? These are really good enhancers to get us a little deeper than if we didn't have the prop, right? Good. And then float that leg down. One more stretch for our hips. Let's hug both knees in now. Cross your right knee over the left knee and then grab your ankles or your feet and draw the shins and heels back. So you're going to feel this in your outer hip. It's almost like a pigeon, but just taking it easy. Call it Gomukhasana, shoelace pose. Good. And then just switch. So now right under left, left over right, right? So you grab your feet, draw the heels in, try to keep the knees stacked, just kind of saying, hey hammies, hey hips, we're going to be opening you up. Good. Now unravel that. Let's take a gentle spinal twist to the right. So arms are out like airplane wings. Knees come high up to that forearm. And then melt the left shoulder down. Turn your head to the left. If you want a little bit of traction, you can take your right hand on top of that left knee. Good. And then release back to center. Now knees come up towards that left forearm. Right shoulder melts down. And then you turn your head to the right. Again, it's optional. It's early on. If you want a little bit of traction, you can kind of push down in the knees, draw them forward away from you, and you'll feel it in the oblique and the side body. Good. Now everything comes to center. We're going to rock and roll 3 times up to center. So take your hands behind your knees. Do it once. 2 times is very good for the central nervous system. And then the third one, up we come. Good. Soles of the feet together for butterfly. Let's draw the heels in nice and close. Your hands could reach for your toes, your ankles. Think about the blades of your feet together and then open your inner arches. Inhale, nice tall spine. Exhale, lead with your heart, and then use your forearms and elbows. Once you've got the extension, you can kind of round here. Just finding as much space as we can, and then we're going to add in the muscular energy. We're going to burn some calories, clear the mind. Everything comes together on our yoga mat, and then things start to come together in our life, even through all this uncertainty. Good. Slowly come back, close your knees, and let's find tabletop. All fours. So wrists right underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. Hide your tops of the feet, so look back between them and make sure they're in line with your shin bones. Good. Cat-cow. Inhale, toes tuck, cow pose. Arch your spine, look up. How much space can you find? Exhale, round and hunch. Pull everything up and in. 2 more, just like that. Inhale. It's almost like you're pulling the mat back. Extend the heart forward. And as you exhale, it's like you're pushing the mat forward to really round your upper back. 1 more time. Inhale, shoulder blades kiss together, tailbone up. Exhale, round and hunch. Really tuck that belly up and in. Look towards it. And then find neutral. From here, we're going to find puppy pose. Walk your hands forward. Start to melt your forehead or your chin. You can hollow out the armpits, or you can let your forearms come down. Keep your tail waggling nice and high. Feel the stretch in the upper back, where we tend to hold stress of others. So we're just melting that away. And then come back tabletop. Let's tuck our toes and find our first down dog. So turbo dog, his knees are bent. Shake your head out, yes and no. And then take it for a slow walk, straighten just through the right leg. Good, bend that knee, straighten just through the left. And just go back and forth, noticing how you feel in this moment. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. Really push into the thumbs. And then keep your heels on the ground today if they're reaching, and just bring them to the right and look under your left arm. It's okay if they elevate a little bit, just don't intentionally lift them. And then come back to down dog, and now just dial them to the left and then look under your right arm. So it's a little deeper stretch this way. I kind of tried it this week and I liked it, so I figured let me show it to you and see if you feel similar. Good. Back to down dog. Now shift forward into plank upper push-up position. Take a moment here, focusing on the alignment. So some of you had to walk your hands forward, that's fine. But now just remember this, take an imprint and just lift your hips up and back. Relax the head, relax your jaw. Start to engage ujjayi breath in and out through the nose if you can. And then look to the top of your mat and bring your feet to your hands your way. So first one, I always like to do baby steps. You can keep straight legs or bent knees. Feet end up at the top of the mat, hips distance apart. And just hang heavy here. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. If you want a little more, grab opposite elbows so you create a picture frame around the head. You could sway it out. Open the low back. Let it be a feel-good moment, a calming moment. Eventually, stillness is found. Release the elbows, and 1 vertebra at a time. You push into your feet, knees are soft. Come all the way up to standing. Shoulders draw up, back, and down. Beautiful. Big toes are together. Mountain pose, top of the mat. Preparing for sun salutation A. On an inhale, arms reach out and up. Gaze up towards your fingers. As you exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Inhale, find flat back. So I like a little resistance by putting hands on shins. That way you can really find the length through the crown of your head and the tailbone. And then exhale, release, step back, upper push-up position. So first one, let's lower to the belly. So it's a chaturanga arm, elbows draw back and narrow. Lower your hips, the tops of your feet, chest on the earth. Hands in line with your chest. Cobra pose. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, release. Now walk your hands a little wider than your mat. Keep your elbows bent. Come up a little higher. Really push that pelvic floor down. Exhale, release. Last one, option for up dog. Pushing into your hands, straighten out your arms. And then exhale, we all meet back in down dog. Let's take a deep inhale. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. So here the biceps are framing your ears. The chest is pulling back towards the quadriceps. Shin bones push back, heels root down towards the ground. And then look to the top of your mat. You can baby step, you can lunge, or you can jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. This time, reverse swan. So you lead with a flat back as your arms reach up and overhead. Exhale, arms by your side. Let's do one more round. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Starting to get warm. Here it is. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands root. You can lunge or jump it back. This time, your choice. You can go all the way to the belly or just halfway down for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, tops of the feet down, shoulder heads back. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Notice how you feel and know that child's pose is always an option. On an inhale, right leg is going to reach up and back. Open, bend, and stretch. See if that left heel can keep rooting down towards the ground. Good. Now square the shoulders off. Extend your right leg. Square the hip off. Look forward. Your right foot's going to step to your right hand. Drop your back knee down. Release the top of the foot. Low crescent lunge. Inhale, arms reach up. So before we come to warrior, I'm just being a little kinder on the hips, right? If you want more, you could do your cactus or you can interlace. Knuckles drop down that back leg so your sternum opens up even more. And then exhale, hands frame that right foot. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, step it back, and vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg, same thing. Open, bend, and stretch. Really push that right heel down. And then square the shoulder. Extend the left leg, square the hip. Bend the knee like you're going to smooch it underneath you. Work those core muscles. And then lightly, left foot, left hand, drop your right knee, top of the right foot down. On an inhale, we rise. Adding in back bend, maybe interlacing fingers. Open up that chest. And breathe, knowing that all feelings are temporary. Good. Hands frame that left foot again. Right toe tucks, right knee lifts, step back, and vinyasa, clean the slate. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Okay, so we're going to take our first warrior. Right foot steps to the right hand. This time, left foot pivots flat 45 degrees. Inhale, arms rise. We're going to hold 5 breaths. Okay, don't let warrior one fool you. It's a challenging pose. There's a lot going on as we square the hip. The right one pulls back. Right knee tracks forward. Lower belly draws up and in, and then extend through the side body. Last inhale. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Step back and vinyasa. Low push-up. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps forward. Right foot pivots flat. Everything is light. Inhale, arms reach. So think about whatever's touching the ground. You want to really root into the heels. And then bring this right hip forward. Bend the left knee so it's right over that left ankle. And then lengthen through the side body. Like you can grow taller, like someone's pulling through your armpits. Extend out through the fingers. Exhale, hands frame that left foot. Step back and lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. You've got 5 breaths here. Calm that central nervous system down. All is well. Managing that inner dialogue. When you're ready, bring your big toes together, soften your knees, look forward, and you can lightly bring your feet to your hands, whether you jump, step, or walk. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Chair pose, Utkatasana, 3 breaths here. So sink the hips nice and low. Reach the arms really high, and then pull that Uddiyana Bandha up and in. 1 more breath. You're going to push to stand, straighten the legs, and then take the arms by your side. Good. You're going to take a step back with your left foot. Both legs are going to remain straight. You can even bring your hands to your hips. That way, if the right one's coming forward, you can pull it back. You can reach for opposite elbows. If you have the ability to grab prayer hands, if not, knuckle to knuckle is kind of your in-between. Inhale, nice flat back, and then exhale, start to hinge forward. Crown of the head is forward, tailbone is back. So lengthening here. Good. Now release the hands. Fold a little deeper. Maybe forehead drops to that right knee. Just giving this right hamstring a beautiful stretch. And then soften your right knee. You're going to step your left foot up to meet it. Feet hips distance apart. Peace sign fingers hook around the big toe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. I'm giving you a little clue where we're going, right? We're getting the hamstrings nice and open today. So if you can, you straighten out the legs. If you're able to get the legs straight, bring more body weight into all 10 toes and start to bend your elbows to the sides, folding in. The more you hug the quadricep onto your bone, the more the hamstrings are going to be able to open, and just lower the shoulders away from the ear. Good. Now release that. Hands onto your hips, and with a flat back, let's come to stand. And you're going to take a step back with the right leg. Pyramid pose, side 2. So you want to be on like a railroad track, not like feet together. So hips, feet, everything shoulder distance. You can grab opposite elbows. You could do your reverse prayer, maybe grabbing up a little higher so your pinkies walk up the spine. If not, do your knuckle to knuckle, okay? Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Lead with the heart. Crown forward, tailbone back. So this is all about extension. The left hip pulls back, so I want you to think about right hip coming forward. Yeah, you feel the difference when you do it like that? Good. Now release the hands. Soften it. Forehead to knee. Keep pushing into your heels. And then to release, you're going to soften the left knee so your right foot can step up. Hands on your hips, flat back, we rise. Okay, one more stretch. Let's interlace our hands behind the back. Maybe your palms will touch. As you inhale, lift your chest. Find a little back bend. And then exhale, hinge forward. Crown down, arms reach up and over your head. So it's almost like you had a pencil between your shoulder blades that you're squeezing together. Especially those who want school to happen, right? Safe school, I should say. Protected. Everyone's safe. Good. Now keep the arms bound, and with a flat back one more time, let's rise. Good. Release your hands, big toes together. Chair pose again. Stabilize. One breath. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, root your hands. Jump or step back. Plank to chaturanga. At this point, your vinyasa is optional. You can meet in down dog. For those sensation junkies, my vinyasa junkies, you can take everyone. You can even double dip if you want to add in a push-up. Okay, moving on. External rotation. Right leg is going to reach out and up. You're going to step the right foot between your hands, a heel to arch alignment. So your heel should draw a line to the back arch of the left foot. Left arm picks you up. Arms are out like the letter T. Now just for today, let's reach the arms overhead and interlace your fingers. Let your pointer finger reach up. So what we're going to do is expand energy in all directions. The legs are pushing the energy out. The arms are reaching and lengthening it up. Yeah, feel Sushumna rise. One more breath like this. Now open the arms. Reverse, right palm up. Left arm down the back leg, bicep over ear. You could take a half bind, left arm wraps behind your back. And then maybe you reach for this right hip to encourage the front knee to keep bending forward. If this bothers the neck, just look down towards your back left foot. It's kind of a nice stretch. Into warrior two, side angle pose. Right forearm, right thigh. Left arm can reach up. You could streamline, taking bicep over ear. To enhance this stretch, your right hand could lower to the floor. Keep pulling the left shoulder back. Taking one more breath. And then look down towards your right big toe. Let your left arm pick you up. Cartwheel the hands, frame your right foot, step back. You can release to down dog or low push up. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale, down dog. Left leg reaches up, step it through for warrior two. Left foot between the hands, right foot pivots in, arms are gonna open out. So this is traditional, this is what we know. But we change it up, right? Arms are gonna reach up. Maybe interlace your fingers the weird way. Pointer finger reaches up towards the sky, shoulders down, and then lengthen through all sides, right? So the legs are spreading out wide, the arms are reaching up. Energy expands in all directions. One more breath, nice. And then exhale for warrior two, traditional. Reverse, left palm up. Right arm down the back leg, bicep up. Half bind if you want it, right arm behind you, reach for this left hip. Keep encouraging the knee to track forward, that way the thigh is parallel to the ground. You can look back towards your right foot if the neck feels nice, or up to the left hand. And then back to warrior two, side angle, left forearm, left thigh, right arm reaches up. So this is all levels, right? You could streamline. You could lower your left hand to the ground. Adding in all variations. Main thing here is just because you can doesn't mean you should. If you look like this and your chest is facing down just so you can reach your hand to the floor, ask yourself, like, why am I doing that? Right? Do what feels good. Open the heart. And then let's get out of there. Warrior two and cartwheel the hands, frame left foot. We're going to hold plank upper push-up position, moving into Vashisthasana. You can modify by dropping your right knee. Right hand's gonna stay as it is, pivot to face left, left arm reaches up. You can modify or amplify, bringing a foot forward or back, maybe elevating the leg, maybe taking a bind, tree pose, and then look down, take the other side. So modify, left knee comes down, otherwise full pose. Right arm stacks over left. Maybe bicep over ear. If you want to go for your bind, you can even take peace sign fingers to the toe. Extend that leg, yeah. And then everybody look down, lower to your belly. Take your left ear cheek to the mat, look right. Big toes together and just let it all go. It's like the first break of the morning, of the day, of the afternoon. Whenever you're catching this replay, just let yourself go. Feel your heart rate into the ground. Calm that central nervous system. All is fine. I got you. Okay, 2 quick back bends. I'm getting so many phone calls, even with Do Not Disturb on. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Interlace your hands behind your back, Shalabhasana. You're going to start to lift your chest off the ground. Maybe the legs lift also. Keep hugging the shoulder blades together. Look up. And then exhale, toes together, right ear, cheek to the mat, arms by your side. So before we come into our next back bend, I want to stretch out the quads a little bit. So bend your right foot back. You can take your left forearm parallel. See if you can reach your right hand back for that foot, and then draw that heel into the glute. If you get that, you can even flip your hand so your elbow faces up. So this is kind of like a half hero pose, but when you're on the ground, you control it versus it controlling you, right? If we do this pose with the knees bent, we lie back, it's a little harder. And then release that. Same thing other side. So right forearm can come down, left hand reaches for that foot. You can flip the palm, Draw the heel in. So you'll notice if you kick into the leg, it's a back bend and shoulder opener versus drawing the heel into the glute, it's more of a quad stretch. So it just depends on what you want. Good, release. Okay, now bow pose. The shoulders are nice and open, so we're gonna bend both knees. The right hand reaches for that right ankle, and you might have to lean to the right so the left hand could reach for the left. Place your forehead on the ground, knees start off towards each other, and then you kick into the legs, which then lifts the torso, lift your head. The higher you kick, the higher you go. One more. Exhale, first child's pose. Bring your knees nice and wide, toes together, and then take your hips back. And if you didn't take it before, again, just check in. Know that this is available for you whenever. Just drop to your knees. Imagine if we did it off our yoga mat, if we were just having a hard moment in life and we're like, excuse me, we just drop down to child's pose. Like my kids like having a tantrum or fighting over something and they say, time out, mommy's dropping to her knees. Do-over button. All right, here we go. Down dog when you're ready. So we're going to take a combination of everything we've been doing. Opening the shoulders, the spine, adding in a little twist now. One more inhale in your down dog. Exhale, empty the lungs. And then let your right foot step to your right hand. We'll find a high crescent lunge. So your right knee stays over the right ankle. On an inhale, we're going to rise. So coming into Virabhadrasana 3, we did our warrior 1, 2, here comes 3. Hands at heart center. What I want you to think about is transferring the weight into the front leg so that the left leg floats off the ground. So you could stay with your hands at heart center. You can also reach them forward or behind you. Keep flexing through the left foot. And then we're going to come into a revolved half moon. So you can bring your left hand under the left shoulder. Right hand can come to your right hip. Now start to turn the torso to the right. Good. Now you could stay here or reach your right arm up. It's a very challenging pose, but I got you. Take one more breath. Beautiful. Hand down. Step your left foot back. High crescent lunge. Now bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. Drop your left knee down. Recover. Heel toe the right foot to the edge of your mat. Stay here or come to forearms. Stay here or do another combination. Left hand, right ankle. Right hand to the thigh. You can bend your left foot back and with your right hand add in the quad stretch. Right? So again, if you lean back, you get that back bend, heart opener. If you pull the heel in, it's more of a quad stretch. So just see what feels better. And then release all of that jazz. Step back, your choice, down dog or vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale back. Left leg rises. High crescent lunge, here we go. Left foot, left hand. On an inhale, we rise. So not spending too much time here. Hips draw forward, hands find heart center, midline energy. Transfer the weight into the left foot so your right leg extends back, Virabhadrasana 3. For more stability, arms out like wings. You could reach forward or back, chest hovers over the ground. And then release right hand to a block under your right shoulder or to the ground. This may be where you stay with your left hand on your hip. Keep flexing this right leg back. Lengthen through the chest. Then maybe turn the torso so the back is nice and neutral, and all that happens is that left arm rises. Oh yeah. Everything is active. One more breath. And then soften that left knee. Step back, high crescent, one breath. Exhale, hands inside the left foot. Good. Release the right knee. Recover, top of the foot come down. You can just hang out here. You can come down to forearms. You could take right hand to the ankle, left hand to thigh. Or maybe bend that right foot, finding twisted monkey. Again, more you kick into the leg, back bend. Opposite, draw heel into glute, get that quad stretch. And then we're coming out. Left foot back, your choice, vinyasa or downward facing dog. You got one more standing series. You with me? And we're going to stretch it all out. If not for yourself, do it for that person you're dedicating this practice to. to a loved one that you are putting protection over. You're going to look forward, bring your toes together, lightly bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Chair pose, neutralize, one breath. Push to stand, arms by your side. Good. Take a big step open with your right leg. Finding a nice wide stance. Edges of your feet in line with the edges of your mat, and just hinge forward. Release your hands to the ground. We're going to find Skandasana. So you pivot your right foot out to the corner of your mat, like a 45-degree angle. Bend deeply into that right knee. Keep your left leg extended. Now, usually I don't tell you to have a seat, but today we're going to have a seat. So 2 variations. First one, C. Either you're going to stay upright. Again, you can sit on a block. If it's too much in Skandasana, you can bring your foot like a Janu Shusasana, which means heel inside the thigh, okay? That's your option. If you want to try a bind, this right arm wraps behind, kind of like we do in garland squat. Maybe the left arm wraps behind, right? You can pull back. Keep flexing this left extended foot. Okay, now we're going to come to a yummy side stretch. So your left hand is actually going to reach for your ankle that's on the bent leg. So if it's here, right, or if it's here. Right arm is going to reach up and then start to take that hand maybe towards the foot for side body stretch. If it's too much holding the ankle, maybe extend. Then you can even push this left hand against the knee. Oh, so good in that right side body, right? Okay, slowly come back, hands at heart center. We're going to come back to Skandasana. So lift your sits bones, put your hands on the ground, transfer 1 time to the left, 1 time to the right, and then the next time we come over to the left, we're going to find Skandasana here. You can work on your balance, hands at heart center, and then have a seat. Okay, so first variation is our bind. You can sit upright, remember, modify, bring left foot inside. You can take left arm around that shin, maybe right arm behind your back. Flex the right foot, keep it active. It's interesting sometimes when I feel students will reach out saying, oh, I got this one, but how come I can't get the one with both hips extend externally? So that's why we play with modifications, okay? All right, so right hand to left ankle, left arm reaches up. Maybe you find that foot. Again, you can keep your foot inside. You can push against the thigh. As long as this left side of your body is getting the stretch, you know you're doing it right. Beautiful work. Slowly release. Let's extend both legs out just because we can. Straddle pose. Flex both of your feet. You can even lift up, scooch the sits bones back, any flesh. And then maybe start to hinge forward. Giving the hips a little love today. Walking your arms over to the right. Coming through center, over to the left. Good. One more time through center. And then start to walk the hands in, stack your vertebrae, soften the knees, close them in. So preparing for Navasana, boat pose. Lots bit of core work. So hands behind your knees. You can lean back a little bit. Keep lifting your chest. You're going to float your shins off the ground so that they're parallel to the floor. Level 1, we're chilling here. Level 2, maybe extend the legs straight. Right? Either way, you can extend your arms forward. Keep lifting through the sternum. Final variation, arms reach up. Keep your breath flowing in and out. Shine your fingers, last breath. And then cross your right ankle over the left. Hands under your shoulders. Lift your bottom. Maybe lift your feet. And then slowly release. Extend your legs forward. Nice job. Arms extend and reach. Tuck your chin. And one vertebra at a time, let's come on to our backs. Take a glimpse in Shavasana. Toes out, heels in. Just notice how you feel. And you did this work. This is the magic of the yoga. I'm just your guide. So 2 back bends today. First one will be bridge pose. Knees bend, heels in line with the sits bones. So you can actually ground your elbows into the floor so your fingers are going to point up, and then just lift your hips. So this is a beautiful variation. You can also interlace your hands underneath you and then push into your arms to get more height in the hips. As you watch your belly rise, inflate, and as you watch it exhale, it flattens out. You can even lift up your heels coming onto all 10 toes. Good. And then slowly release your hands, release upper, middle, and low back. Resist the urge to hug the knees in. Just let the spine neutralize. So second round, maybe you extend your arms behind you so that your 10 fingernails push into the ground. And you can lift your hips up this way. You can do a supported bridge where your hands literally hold onto your low back. You can even use a block. You can work on lifting right leg and then the left leg. If you've got full wheel in your practice, your hands come in line with your ears. You come to the crown of the head, pushing into your hands, straighten out the arms. Finding full back bend, Dhanurasana. Sending out healing energy, positive vibes. Together we rise. When you're ready to release safely, tuck your chin. Hug the knees into your belly. Now massage yourself, rocking left and right. And then let's invert, shall we? So, if you've got any other inversion, it could be a handstand, headstand, shoulder stand. This is legs up to the wall pose, which is usually accessible for all. Shoulder stand, you lift your hips, hands support that low back. And then you can play here with Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together. You can do eagle or straddle, maybe plow pose. Just keep your neck neutral so that you stay safe. Right? We always want to do things in an intelligent way. Your pressure pose usually feels so good. It should never be felt in your neck though, always in the shoulders if you're taking shoulder stands. When you're ready to release, you can reverse your bridge or you can low back touch down, floating your legs. We'll all meet back on our spines, coming into fish pose. So 2 variations. You can either come to your forearms, extend your legs, point your toes. If you want to do your full or half lotus, cross right foot above left, right, for half. For full, left shin over. And then you could still come onto your forearms. Let your head fall back, open the throat. Hands could come to fish prayer. Maybe you stick out your tongue, letting out that inner child. To release, tuck chin in, safely exiting, and just hug the knees in. Little deeper spinal twist. We're going to cross left knee over right. Open your arms out like angel wings. Knees fall to the right. Let your left shoulder reach down, turn your head left. If you want the right hand to rest on the thighs, that's okay. And I want you to just hang out here for a good 30 seconds. Surrender some of that control. It kind of snuck up with you and working you a little bit hard today. So this is the part where I'm giving you permission to soften so that you receive the benefits. And for those of you who know me, whether it's on the yoga mat, as a teacher, or off, I love to share. I love to share gifts of yoga or my finds because we are all unique. So it doesn't matter if we lift others up because what's going to happen is we're going to lift ourselves up. There's plenty out there for all of us. I don't understand why people worry about that. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge others. Have that abundance mindset and all is coming. Head is going to be the first thing to come back to center, then the knees. Before you go to the other side, just uncross for a moment. Put both feet on the earth and let your knees come in towards each other. Put both hands on your belly today, just connecting to that inner self. Third chakra, self-love. Now hug both knees in. That solar plexus needs some attention, right? Right knee above left. Open your arms out like wings. Knees fall to the left. Turn your head to the right. Melt the right shoulder down. Again, if you want, left hand can come on top of the thighs, pushing the knees closer to the earth. And then once you have that, just let it go. Surrender. And everything unravel for your highest good. Peel back the layers so that you stop playing small. This is the time we need you. Time to step into the light. Head comes through center, then the knees. And then unravel them. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together. Knees open nice and wide. So it's yogi's choice here. You could take your cactus arms. You could let your fingers gently touch overhead. You can connect within with right hand on belly, left hand on heart. And as you close your eyes, soften the jaw. Let the eyes roll back into the sockets. And if you're still enough, you'll feel the belly rise in the palm of your right hand. And maybe you can catch your heart rate beating into the palm of the left. Soften the toes, the glutes. Allow the tongue to come away from the roof of the mouth. So your muscles are relaxed. The skin, the bones are heavy into the earth. And know that you have everything you need in this moment within you. You just have to find this stillness to listen. 3 more breaths. Just pumping that body. Every cell requires this oxygen that we are so gifted to have. And then when you're ready for final relaxation, your right arm will fall about 6 to 8 inches away from the torso and the left arm mirrors. The right leg then extends straight and the left leg. Final conscious breath in through the nose. And then open mouth, almost like a sigh. Letting it all go. Really slowly start to awaken. Conscious breath. A little bit of movement, maybe turning head side to side. Fingers, toes wiggle, wrists, ankles follow. Reaching arms overhead. And then taking the knees in, embrace yourself. Coming into fetal, right arm extends. Left hand rests on the heart or on the earth, and just notice how you feel. You've earned it, and you deserve to feel this good. This yoga high, it's natural, right? And then finding your way to your comfortable seat. There's no right or wrong here. It could be supta, it could be crossing the ankles. Let's just bring the hands right into heart center. Reflect back to your intention, your dedication, someone who you can help. And remember that the next time you're feeling a little down or that you could use a little help, just try. Try making someone else's day. Try extending your help and notice that that will completely shift the way you feel. Thank you so much for showing up, for doing the work, and allowing me to guide you. Namaste.